What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be another like summery look. I did this a little while ago and I meant to post it like forever ago, but like I've just been trying to catch up. But anyways, for this look, I really want to try a new routine to figure out if it would be good for like the summertime, because it's hot out here, and even though it's starting to slightly cool down, I feel like it's still gonna be hot for a little second. So yeah, I'm just gonna head post this. But anyways, I like prepped using that Maron. It's like a matte toner kind of thing, and it will dry your face down. Let me tell you, like your face gonna be dry as a motherfucker. But I probably will use that in like a different primer, because I feel like me going in with this Pore Eclipse blur stick might have been too much. Like, I don't know, I have like certain like matte primers I absolutely love, so it's just about, for me, like figuring out what is the best like combination, like what works together, because primers can be made out of different materials, and sometimes that can affect how like it looks on your face, or how other products like on top like actually look. But anyways, now that I'm done with my primer, I'm basically doing my brows, and I use a thread painted in cobalt blues, and I love using like liquid shadows like this to do my brows, especially when it comes to colorful brows, because I don't know, it's a lot easier than me trying to like do what I used to do like years ago when like these products didn't exist. Like I would literally either use liquid lipstick, because that was a little bit easier, or I would take like a white or like the lightest like concealer I could find, and I would basically like draw my eyebrows on, set it with a translucent powder or something, and then go in and like fill it with like actual eyeshadow, like whatever color I wanted. And I did what I had to do. I'm gonna be for real, I've been in the makeup game for a little second now, so I'm glad to have certain products like having rhinestones, glitter, like certain like bronzers and stuff. Like there are a lot of products that weren't in the like beauty space years ago, or they weren't like readily available. So I'm grateful for the brands that are coming out. Like Jellywink is one of my favorite brands. I love the Nessa Myers Beauty, and there's some other brands that I absolutely love. And it's like, because of these, like people actually like trying to create a space for creative like makeup and stuff. I'm grateful for it, because I couldn't do these like looks now that I like, the looks I do now I wouldn't be able to do like years ago, or like it would be a lot harder for me to do those looks, especially because a lot of places, like in-store places, I remember like growing up and stuff, like when it came to makeup, like they really didn't have that many deeper shades. I know when it comes to makeup community, like, there are brands that still need their work, but I've gotten to the point where it's like, it's 2025. If you don't like make products that like, can work on deeper skin, you just don't care. And it's like, I'm not gonna like try and like use a brand that like literally does not care for me. And it's so crazy, because I know so many black makeup artists, like, that do amazing work, like really really amazing work, and it's still sad that like we don't get those same opportunities, or like they're very selective of like, I mean, be selective, but it's like you have to have a certain look, and sometimes that look like means you have to be a lighter shade, which is like tragic, because I know so many like black artists who are my skin tone or deeper who be killing it. Like they truly be like, oh, they just be creating masterpieces. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I absolutely love it. So I'm praying to God that like these people who I follow, who I'm mutuals with, whoever, that they start getting like that love, because they deserve it. Like y'all doing these creative ass looks. Like I have so many like mutuals on TikTok that I absolutely love, and I love their looks, and I feel like we're getting to the point where I feel like everybody finna start shining even harder and finally get the recognition that they deserve. So I'm praying for that. But anyways, getting back to like the actual like makeup and stuff, I'm like blending out my concealer, and I usually like a brush like this, like the one that you like see in the video. I don't even know if I like wrote it down when I like did the makeup look and like put the details and stuff. But when it comes to concealer, I either like a brush this size or a brush that's like slightly smaller, because yes, you're covering big areas, but I feel like you need to be a little bit more precise when like placing the like highlighter. But that's just me, because I'm be honest with y'all, everybody like their makeup a different way. Like they have a routine, and sometimes it's just like, when it comes to me like looking at different like makeup videos, or what I would have been doing like years ago when like I was just trying to figure out what in the world to do, like take inspiration from people, but sometimes how you want your makeup to look. So it's just basically like trying to figure out how to blend techniques, in my opinion. Like you're getting inspiration for looks and like how they do certain things, and just take the inspiration and figure out how to like add it into your routine that fits your like style better, because everybody is not gonna like the same type of makeup. Like how I do my makeup may be completely different who like from another like makeup artist who I actually love. And like that's just how it is, you know. We know how our face is set up, so you know, act accordingly. But once I spray my face with that hydrating setting spray and it's dried down, I go ahead and basically set my highlighted area, so wherever I put that concealer. And I use the One Size Marigold Ultimate Setting Powder. Sometimes I'll use this one, and then sometimes I will use, I can't even think what, the Nessamari's Beauty like Evolution powders. Like there are a couple different brands that have pretty good like setting powders. So if y'all want me to like, you know, basically make a video talking about like my favorite setting powders or my favorite like whatever products, let me know, because you know, I feel like eventually I'm gonna get back into creating content because school is gonna start. Like by the time y'all see this video, school has probably already started. But you know, I've been just trying to make it shake because you know, the prep for going back to school is a lot. Like it's actually draining because you have to do a whole new routine and like change how you like do everything and then get back into like the game of it. Because I'm not gonna lie, like I feel like I actually love teaching. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I love it. Like is it where I thought I would be? Hell no. But I don't know. I just love it. The only thing is just being overstimulated. Like that is just a lot for me. But anyways, back to the makeup look. I keep getting off topic, but I'm using the Morphe like eyeshadow palette, and this is one of the newer ones. And I've used this a couple different times. I haven't touched it in a little while just because I've been doing like different type of looks that wouldn't like, you know, use this type of like eyeshadow palette. But I probably will be using this a little bit more, especially since school started, because I like the browns in it that I would use for like any type of like eyeshadow look. Like I can use that literally for a bunch of different looks just for the base and just add like a shimmer on top, which is my go-to like whenever I'm in a rush or whenever I gotta go to work. Like there's like certain things I do to like lower the time it takes for me to do my makeup, because like when I be doing my makeup, like when I be really just taking my time and stuff, it could take an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. It just depends on like what I'm doing, like how much energy I have, and like if I'm like actually like rushing or not. But yeah, this makeup look actually didn't take that long, and I don't know what happened, but I'm missing a little bit of footage, so you know, bear with me. But anyways, I like to set my like liquid blush with a powder brush, just some like powder blush, just to make it like a little bit stronger and make it last a little bit longer. And plus I do have oily skin, so I feel like setting it just like helps with like the wear time and stuff. But anyways, I'm using my Love is Love palette from the Nessamari's Beauty to highlight my face. One of my favorite like highlighter palettes, or just eyeshadow palettes, whatever you want to call it. And when I'm doing my brow, like if I'm doing the highlight on my brow, like sometimes I'll try to use the same big brush, but it's a little bit easier when you use like an eyeshadow brush to apply it on like your brow bone. And I know some people don't really do like the highlight on the brow bone, but I love a good highlighter on the brow bone. Like yes, it's very much 2016, but like 2016 era had some really good techniques and stuff that I still use. Like, but I know some people have moved on. They like their makeup to look a little bit different. But I will say like my makeup style is heavily influenced by like that 2016 like era, because that's like when I like really started popping off with my makeup looks. I had been doing makeup for a little bit. Like I had did face paint for a very long time at that point. But before, like it was like my senior year to like the end of like my freshman year of college, like I was popping off with the looks. That's when I had my makeup page first off, and I was posting and stuff, and I was very consistent. Like I was doing makeup looks like it was nothing. And it's like if I did my makeup how much I did it back then, I'd be exhausted by now. Like it's so crazy. But like I'm trying to get back into doing my makeup more often, especially for like work and stuff, because like, growing up in high school and stuff, I would do my makeup all the time. Like if there was like a special event or something going on, like I would do my makeup inspired by that. And you know, people knew I could do my makeup. Like people already knew that. I feel like that was like my thing at the moment, because I was just pushing the boundaries really. And it's just funny to just see how like where I am now, because it's like I've grown so much. And it's like I really loved doing makeup back then, and I feel so much better now to be creating content, to like be doing these makeup looks. Like I would hate if I had to stop, just because this is fun for me. Like me just seeing myself create things and just, you know, taking the ideas that like get stuck in my head and actually putting them, you know, and just making them into reality, you know. But anyways, back to the look. I'm doing my bottom lashes with my REM lifting mascara. And now once my like area has dried, first off, like whenever I'm using liquid eyeshadows and stuff, unless I'm trying to like add like an eyeshadow product on top to like make it like basically a little bit like more opaque, usually I like to make sure everything dries, especially those liquid eyeshadows, because you know sometimes if you mess it up, like it'll smear and stuff. So I just make sure my stuff is as dry as I can get it for that time, especially if I'm rushing. Like I'll try to make it like, you know, pretty dry. But yeah, you gotta be careful when you do stuff like that, just to make sure things don't like mess up like while you're trying to do the rest of your makeup. And yeah, I'm putting on my liquid lipstick, and yeah, I love doing a ombre lip. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, whenever I don't do an ombre look and I just do one color, I just be looking at it, I'm like, I don't fuck with this. Like, I just need like the dimension, if that makes sense. But since my like lashes are tacky now, I'm gonna go ahead and put them on. I cut a lot of footage. Like, it took me a little second to put my lashes on, so you know, don't feel like bad for that, because girl, it still took me a little bit of time. But this is what my makeup looks like before I got the look styled and put the lip gloss on. But yeah, this is the end of this video. If y'all want to see any videos in particular, please let me know, and I love y'all so much. Okay, so face check. I got little oils coming through. I literally just went grocery shopping, and it's like 92 degrees. Well, my car says 92, my phone says 89, and then the phone also says it feels like 95, but I'm giving it feels like 100. But yeah, this is it, like a little over 2 hours in, and yeah, I think I'm gonna go home right now, and then I'll update y'all later on. Okay, so I just want to do a check-in. This is what my face is looking like. I just brought all the groceries in. I went to Kroger, I went to Aldi's, I unpacked everything, did a haul video. So this is what my face looks like. It is like 2:30-ish. So that's 4 hours and 15 minutes after I've done my makeup. I do have some oils. My nose is kind of oily and stuff, in my chin, the T-zone area, which makes sense. But it's not too bad. So let's see how it looks. I'm gonna chill for a second because I need to breathe, and then I'll update y'all later.